Hello loves, we are back to make another delicious meal. This is assorted meat pepper soup with some yam. I hope you enjoy it. Stay right with me. My kitchen, my kitchen. I've got some goat meat here. I've already cut them in bite-sized chunks, but it's a little bigger than the size of the rest of what I have here. I've got tripe, towel, the ears, all what you need for pepper soup. So they've been cut very tiny, and this would really take time to be done. So that's why it's very tiny compared to this, so that they can get done at the same time. So first off, we'll start with adding some salt to it and some black pepper and stock cube. For the salt, you add really little because it's very easy for the salt to overpower the pepper soup, because there are some other seasoning we'll be using for this and they contain salt as well. So very little with the salt. And then some onions. I've already blended the onions, 1 onion bulb. You can decide to slice up yours, just depending on what you prefer. If you are okay with seeing the onion bits in your pepper soup, then that's fine. I'm okay with it sometimes, but today I just decided to blend it. And that's for that. So I'll be using this pepper soup mix, spice mix that I made the last time I traveled to Nigeria. I used ehu, the calabash African nutmeg. I used it. I used Caesar seed. I blended a lot of things that you would be needing for pepper soup. I blended them. I tied them up like this and brought them back. And this is what's left actually. And I've put them in an airtight container. So each time I want to cook pepper soup, I use it. And I just wanted to show you what you bring it out and you blend it in a dry mill. I don't have ehu right now, but it's very tiny like nutmeg. You use a dry mill to blend it. I don't have it right now. I already mixed up mine and blended it back in Nigeria before I brought them back. So this is what I'll be using. But I'm only trying to show you what it looks like in case you don't have the spice. And you can also check where you are if you can find it. I was even surprised to see this in an African shop. They already have the ground ehu receipts. If you have only ehu, it's even fine. You can use only that and your pepper soup will still turn out fine, because I think this is actually the main ingredient for pepper soup. And then there are people that actually sell pepper soup mix. This is the type I found where I live. There are different types. You can even find them in containers. I know in Nigeria they sell them, and here too. This is one I actually have here. But the problem I have with this is you don't really know what they've mixed, and sometimes it tastes rubbish, I'm sorry to say. So if you find a good one, then stick to it, stick to that brand and continue with it. So I just wanted to show you that when you don't have the local spices yourself, you can actually get a store-bought pepper soup spice already mixed together. Then some people actually use Cameroon pepper. It's hot. It's pepper soup. Come on, we need it to be very hot. But I don't use it because I've got kids and my children are not very tolerant with pepper. We'll be using some crayfish as well. It's even optional. Some people don't like it, some like it. So it depends on your taste bud. If you actually like crayfish, then you can go. But I would advise you to go little on the crayfish, but it's your choice. And then we'll be using some scotch bonnet. Atarado, right? Atarodo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. And I'll be using this as well. I'm only using it for color, when you boil your meat, that's the pepper soup color. It's usually very dull, and to make it more appealing, if you have the red bits and the green bits from the vegetables, it makes it easier for you to eat it. So I'll be using this because it's not hot, but if you can tolerate hot, then you can use as much as possible of the scotch bonnet. And then last but not the least, the leaves. It's advisable to use scent leaves, but if you don't have scent leaves where you are, just like me, I don't have scent leaves, the closest you can get is basil leaf. I got this plant. I actually got this plant, and it's been good. Like, it made it stay quite a while, because when I buy basil leaves, I put it in the fridge, and before I know it, it starts wilting, even though it's in the fridge. But when I bought this one, all I do is to water it daily, and it's been good for about 7 days now, and I'll be using it today. So it has served its purpose. If you don't have access to basil leaf, please don't use mint leaves. Like, I've been tempted to try mint leaves, but when I remember the taste of mint, like, you've had mint now, you've had mint gum or different things that have mint flavor. Just imagine having that mint, menthol-ish flavor in your pepper soup. Nah, not good at all. Please don't use mint leaf. They look like scent leaves, but do not use it. If you don't have it, you can use parsley. You can use some fresh parsley. And if you don't even have any of it at all, it's better you have a pepper soup like that rather than using the wrong the wrong vegetable. So guys, let's get right into the cooking process. I hope you have learned well enough about pepper soup. Pepper soup is really easy to make. Some people think it's a difficult thing, but seriously, it's not. It's just basically boiling your meat and using the right spices. So let's get right into it.
I don't know how, but my camera didn't capture as I put in the salt, black pepper, onions and stock cube. That's all I put in, and I stirred it and allowed it to cook for a bit. Notice that I didn't add any water. So as it started to boil, I now introduced the fleshy part of the goat meat, stirred it, and then allowed it all to cook. Remember that the goat meat was cut in big chunks, bigger chunks than the rest of it, so they'll all get done at the same time. As it started to boil and had released some juices, I decided to top it up with some more water. The water was up to the level of the meat, and then I introduced the pepper soup spices that I showed you earlier. I put 2 tablespoons. That should just be enough for this. I stirred it, covered it, and allowed it to boil. Then on another burner, I started to boil some yam. That's quite a lot of yam, to be honest, but I had intentions of using it for something else. I would have boiled the yam inside the pepper soup, but that's not my style because the yam is like a thickener, so I wouldn't want it to thicken my pepper soup, and that's why I'm boiling it separately. Do well to boil yours together if that's what you prefer. So guys, while I was waiting for it to boil, I decided to cut up my ingredients, the rest of my ingredients, the peppers, the vegetables and all of that. 15 minutes into further boiling, the meats were kind of tender at this point, so I brought in the yam. The yam was 80% cooked, and it will complete its cooking process inside the pepper soup. Then I introduced the peppers and the vegetables, stirred it, and just left it for 2 more minutes, and it's ready. What do you think, guys? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it lovely? Don't you want to dive right into your screen? Oh my loves, this is so delicious, I tell you. I hope you try this recipe. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. You know I'm always eager to discuss with you guys. Tell me what you think. Please share this video with your friends. Show me some love. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know each time I upload a new recipe. See you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.